Welcome back, boys and girls. As always, I'm Hunter,
And I'm Hunter.
and this is H&H Awakening, the one and only podcast for all things outdoors, hunting, shooting, fishing, recreational activities, whatever you want to do. Today, we're talking about what to do after you get out of the stand and it's the last day of deer season. You filled all your tags, maybe you didn't, what have you. You want something to do now. You have your normal sports or your normal activities such as hog hunting, cow hunting, that sort of thing year round. But if you're wanting to break something out of the safe, maybe one of your fun guns, you got some impractical hunting rifle laying around like an MP5 or whatever it be. This is the time of the year where you finally get to break them out. So my first question, Hunter, is: say you had deer season, you put your fun guns up in the safe. What do you recommend doing first thing, pulling them out of the safe after a couple months of just sitting there?
I'd do like a quick wipe down of them. Make sure that they're up and running. Like a quick maintenance. Um, Maybe put a little bit of grease or lube on them. Get them working real nice.
What and I think we've talked about before, but what gun oil do you use?
Spit. Nah, I'm just
You
kidding.
don't use the Lucas?
I use Lucas oil. Yeah, I use both Lucas oil, gun oil and the grease. Um, I think it's just the easiest to use in my opinion because they come in like those little bitty bottles. You can throw it in the bag if you wanted to. And I really like that, like the the precision tip that they have on it. It's like a little tube, so you don't
The
get
little
oil
needle?
everywhere. Yeah, you can get it like wherever you want it, like little dots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then grease, just wherever I feel like putting grease. On my ARs, I put it inside the bolt carrier group where the bolt goes into, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I don't know about you, but so there's different people grease and oil their guns differently, but I tend to just a little bit goes a long way. Are you one of those that
Yeah,
you just put a
yeah,
dab on there, or do you
yeah.
soak that thing?
Oh no,
Because my
I
great
soak it.
grandpa, I never knew him, but my dad or my grandpa said he would always he'd put so much oil in his gun you could see it dripping out of the crevices.
No, I do just enough to get it going. Like the little bottle, I think it's like I don't know 1 or 2 fluid ounces of that Lucas oil. I've had
Mm-hmm.
one for 3 years and it's barely half full because I like on my ARs especially on like if you're familiar with like how AR bulk carrier group looks, like the little rails on the sides. I put like
Mm-hmm.
3 dots in all of those, and that's literally all I do with the with the lube or the
I
oil.
mean, I'll get mine pretty lubricated, pretty soaked and everything whenever I'm brushing it and wiping it and running a barrel brush through it or
Oh yeah, like cleaning, it's different. Like I'll get
yeah.
I'll get that thing soaking wet, like dripping.
Yeah,
Um,
and then the finished product, just a little dab and then work it
yeah,
in.
because like it's not that like it's kind of like what you said, like the oil seeps out and everything. He's coming out of every little crack
Mhm.
and crevice that I can find. It's not even that for me. It's like you're just wasting oil at that point. Like
Yeah, because most of it's
eh,
just going to drip out or get
yeah,
blown out or shot out.
yeah. Which
Well, the thing is too with like grease, if you over grease it,
it can get really
and then
gummy.
you take it out to the you take it out to the range, you get dirt or dust or
Yeah,
whatever inside of it, it'll start
yeah.
gumming up a lot more.
So the way that I think about like using because like I know there's like a lot of controversy on like where to put grease versus where to put lube. Like I know some of like the old timers that I used to work with at the coveted gun store that I talk about quite a bit. Uh, One of them strictly uses grease. Um, like he doesn't use any sort of gun oil at all. And I'm like, well, grease is just a hassle to fuck with. I think, like trying to get it into certain spots. Like if you're, uh, like for me, when I use grease, I use a toothpick to kind of spread it.
Mm-hmm.
instead of my finger because I don't know. I just feel I don't want to get my hands super dirty with oil and grease and stuff. So I use like a toothpick to spread out the grease.
Yeah, I usually use rubber gloves,
Yeah,
and then that way I just peel them off. I mean, my rule of thumb usually is grease. I only put grease in enclosed areas. So, for
yeah,
instance,
yeah.
like recoil
That's what I was
springs
gonna
and
say.
everything,
Yeah, like
places that
recoil
won't collect
springs.
dirt as easy or gum up.
Yeah, like the actual bolt part of the bolt carrier group for ARs. I'll put a
Yeah,
good amount of grease, but I only put grease on parts that touch other metal. I don't put grease over the whole thing. Um, I wonder if we can pull up. Can you pull up a picture of the of like an actual like AR bolt, like just the bolt, not the bolt carrier group?
yeah, and then on my bolt action rifles, I'll grease the
I grease the lugs,
yeah.
and then have you ever taken a like one of your bolt actions apart, like taking the firing pin out and everything?
Mm-mm.
You
I've
haven't done
never
that?
gone that far. I've pulled
Oh,
the bolt out, the bolt handle and everything out, but never actually like broken it down.
yeah. On all my bolt guns, I pretty much strictly use grease just because oil's gonna get away from it. Like it's just gonna spread out and basically just be useless. But grease will kind of stick in there a little bit. Did you find a picture?
Yeah, it was taking forever to
Oh, to load.
yeah for whatever reason.
I wonder if I can look it up. Let's see.
It should be screen shared now.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, so you see like that where that rib is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right there.
Come on right here.
Yeah. I put grease there and then I put grease on the back part where it expands back out.
Yeah, I don't ever take mine out. I'll just like let me see a
Oh,
picture of the whole.
I do because if you actually get it like kind of polished up a little bit and like
Mm-hmm.
put some good grease on it, then it it's really nice. And then if my gun like
If
uh,
I'm doing a deep clean, then I'll take it all apart. But 9 times out of 10, when I'm just doing a quick clean after shooting, I'll
oh
just
I
pull
just
the
wipe it
bolt out
down.
right there, and I'll
Yeah,
put a little grease right here, and then
yeah.
push it in and out.
Oh, like you'll put grease when it's out like in the locked position or the not unlocked
Yeah,
position, I guess. So
yeah,
if you can actually on the top part, it's a little hack I
yeah.
learned, like where that cotter pin is, right there,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever kind of pin it is. You can drop a little bit of oil down in there, and it kind of frees up debris and stuff too. Like if you're just doing like a quick cleaning or something,
Mm-hmm.
um, because you didn't go with me for reasons that we know, but I did end up going shooting on Saturday
Where'd you go shoot?
at our high top secret gun range.
Oh, the long distance one.
Yeah, which by the way, it was pretty busy
Was
on.
it not muddy?
No, it was muddier than a mofo, but there's people. Oh, the dude put out barricades at like the little 100-yard range for like drills and stuff.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's
But
got some kind of new release form and all that stuff too. He's been posting a lot of updates about the range.
oh, has he?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Well, apparently it's getting pretty popular. That I talked to him a little bit. It seems like it's kind of popping up in popularity, and because finding it's hard to find a long range shooting place kind of where we live that is just
Yeah,
readily
everyone hates
available.
him on Yelp. I
I
generally
like
like
him.
the place, but a
Well,
lot of people don't like it on Yelp because they say that it's a very unsafe place to be and all this other crap.
I've never had an issue with safety.
Well, neither have I, but I mean, I could see the potential definitely at the place for that, but
Yeah, because it's not a
if
super strict range.
it's not a place to go if
If you're a new shooter, I don't think it's a good place
yeah,
to
if
go
you're
if
a
you're a
new
new
shooter.
shooter. Like I
Yeah,
think you need to go to a more I don't want to say established place. I think it's pretty established, but like a more uh like owner
franchise
involved.
or yeah, like a bigger
Like, yeah,
places that have range officers and everything.
Yeah. Do you put grease on the bolts of your AR, like the actual lugs?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I don't either. I know some people do, but it kind of scares me because there's so much pressure right there, and the
Yeah.
whole thing is actually I'm scared that it's gonna lock itself up.
Well, since I've been suppressed, ever since I got my suppressor, I'm actually greasing my AR less and just doing oil,
Yeah. Cause,
just
well,
because all that gas and everything coming back.
yeah. God, you made me want to Zen now. I haven't had one for like a couple of hours, and then I just heard the can pop.
Yeah, I had to put one in. My stomach's rumbling. Not like hurting, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, so yeah, you break out your guns, you get them all greased, oiled up, however you prefer. Which we're not experts. We do ours the way it's worked for us. If you're new to cleaning your rifle, there's hundreds of videos on YouTube
Yeah.
talking, demonstrating how to clean it. There's websites, different guys who try different things. Really, whatever you feel comfortable doing to your rifle and what works best for you is what you should do.
Yep.
Because
Uh, I I wipe down my guns almost every time that I shoot them. Like I don't do a deep, thorough cleaning. Like I don't clean the barrel every time I shoot. Um,
Well, the general rule of thumb is deep cleans are for when you're going to be storing them in the safe for a while or taking them out after they've been stored in the safe. Not, most of the time, they say when you're using the gun,
yeah,
regularly, all you got to do is maybe run a rag through it, wipe it down or whatever. Because 9 times out of 10, that stuff's going to get blown out before it settles in.
yeah,
If you're using it,
yeah,
on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, I'd say.
yeah. And I feel like this is like cleaning a gun is a very if you don't know already from watching other people, cleaning a gun is very controversial. Everybody has an opinion about it.
Hmm.
I don't know, like if you've like
There's some guys that say they never clean their guns. They run
yeah.
them, and
Well,
which I could see. Like, I don't know.
so like my 12.5 inch AR, I don't clean it probably as regularly as I should. Um, like that thing was filthy because like at the gun range, I was meaning
Hmm.
to tell this story a minute ago, but we got off topic. That thing was so gummy, it wouldn't it wouldn't put the bolt into battery. Like it was gummed up that bad, and I was like, oh well, this is gonna be fun. I
We'll see.
like the forward release that not
Hmm.
many people use. I used it like I was slamming it trying to get it into battery.
Did
Which some
you
people would be
wait?
like, "What?"
I feel like I remember you telling me about that.
No,
Was
this
that
was
the one
like
that you had to buy a whole new piece for?
no that was my 6.8.
Oh, oh, that.
Whenever it was ejecting, it ripped out the extractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't shot that gun specifically in quite a while because I'm worried that's going to rip another one out. And as time progresses, it's getting harder to find 6.8 parts. Like,
See, I haven't even seen 6.8 because I was looking at 6.8 SPC after you showed me yours, and it was hard to find ammo around here in my area, at least.
yeah, it for some reason, because I know a lot of like pig hunters in Texas, like specifically within the area, a lot
Hmm.
of them shoot 6.8. So I don't
Yeah, it's became a pretty popular round.
because it's super
I'd,
mild recoil. It's you're shooting a pretty heavy bullet. It's out of an AR, so it's it's easy to suppress. It runs good with short barrels.
it's
I'm not
a
saying
it's
it's
a
not the best cartridge, but it's in my top. I'm gonna say my top probably six favorite cartridges. It's probably number six.
it's a AR-15 platform, isn't it?
Yeah, and that is the only malfunction I've ever had in that gun was the extractor breaking. So
Oh, speaking of guns, a little off topic. But I mean, kind of going into into deer season stuff. So, for instance, a friend of ours, I don't know if he's told you yet, but a friend of ours got a new gun. And this is another good thing for at the end of deer season, something you can do. Say you end up getting a new rifle Christmas time, or towards the end of deer season. Um, this is the time to break out those new guns and get familiar with them before you use them next year.
Mm-hmm.
But Cole got a AR-10
Oh, did
308.
he? What did he get?
Mm-hmm. Ruger. I don't know which Ruger, but it's a Ruger something. It's a
Oh,
16-inch barrel.
yeah. That's what my Dano Defense is, 16 inch.
Oh, is it? I thought yours was
Yeah.
18.
No, six. So they had an 18 model there, or an 18-inch model there, but I don't, because I was running a suppressor on it. I didn't want it
Mm-hmm.
super long. Plus, AR-10s are heavier. Do you know which one it is? Because is it like the new Ruger
If
AR-10,
I'm looking up on
their
their
website?
website right now, because if I see a picture of it, I'll know which one it is. I think
Is it
it's the
the
SFAR.
Okay? So what's cool
Yeah, it
about that
is.
one is,
Yeah,
if I remember right, it's actually, it's something to do with like an AR-15 size gun. Like it's supposed to be pretty badass. I don't remember what was let's see if it says.
bigger and stronger where it needs to be, and remains smaller and lighter than comparable 308 rifles.
Yeah,
A
it
true
says,
small frame auto loading. It's so weird they call it that, but it's identical in size to a traditional 5.56 modern
yeah,
sporting rifle. So it's basically sounds like a tighter, smaller,
yeah. I'm
just
I'm kind of
receiver and everything.
interested. Next time I'm in town, we need to go shoot, and he needs to bring that gun.
Yeah,
Like,
I haven't shot it yet. He brought it over, but that was right after my surgery, so I couldn't really shoot it.
mm,
But I did notice it doesn't feel bulky like your
traditional
traditional
AR-10.
AR-10. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't remember what, because I watched a video on it. I think Shot Show last year.
Hmm.
Um, they had a, like, they came out during that time, but I don't remember what they were saying about it. Like how they got it that small.
So let's look.
It's probably that model right there.
I
That's
don't
probably
know,
the one it is.
something about something about the lower looks
It
different.
looks,
It looks like
yeah,
in the grip area, it looks not as big and tall as like a. Because traditionally you can tell the difference between an AR-10 and a 15 in
Can you
this
zoom in a
area.
little bit?
Uh, no, not on here. It won't let me.
Okay. Okay. So for me, like the part where like the back plate normally goes in the back,
Hmm.
that's what looks different to me. That third
Yeah,
picture. Yeah, that
yeah.
that
It
looks,
doesn't look like it comes back as much.
yeah. Interesting. That's really cool though. Has he shot it?
I mean, he has. He hasn't sighted it in. I don't think. But he wants to hear it suppressed. He was trying to get me to screw my suppressor on there, but I didn't have a QD mount to
Mm-hmm.
throw on there because all mine are locked down on my other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't get his suppressor on it because it's still carbon locked to his bolt action.
I'm surprised it
He's
carbon locked on a bolt action. I thought it was his
Yeah,
AR. I thought
that's
it was his AR that I got carbon locked.
or maybe no, I don't remember. It carbon locked on one of them. No, no, no. So what? Yeah, it carbon locked on his bolt action. I know for sure. I believe because his Ruger, it's his Ruger. It carbon locked on. It wasn't the actual suppressor. It was the thread adapter that goes inside of it. The direct thread
Oh,
adapter.
yeah.
I think that's what happened. I can't remember. Anyways, whatever happened to it, he's taken it to gunsmiths. They've tried to get it off with heat, couldn't get it off. He's tried heating it up, can't get
Wait,
it off.
I've got a question. It is
Hmm.
so you said, I forgot which one. It's a Griffin Armament, isn't it?
Yes,
It's a
yes,
30
I
cal
believe
can.
so. Uh-huh.
And you said that it's a direct thread.
Yeah.
Did he put the correct adapter on it? Because the thread pitch is different with 6.5 and
Yes.
5.56. Oh, you did?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's got the two different
Okay, okay.
ones. Ooh, I don't
That, that
know. As far as I know, he does, but
because that if he didn't do that, like if he was like excited to try it on like his Ruger or something and just forgot to do it, he could have cross threaded it and it stuck.
yeah, I didn't think about that. I think he had different. I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah,
I'm looking
because
up.
if he did the 5.56 thread on the or the what is it? It's half by 24, 5/8. No, half by 28, and then you go to 5/8 by 24. I'm no, there's
Mm-hmm.
no way because I don't think it would even fit because
Mm-mm.
it's a
It'd have been
smaller
too
thread pattern.
small. Yeah.
Unless like he cranked down on it trying to get it on there. I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
I don't even think they make that one anymore that he has, or at least I don't see it on Silencer Shop. I can't remember the exact name, but I know it's none of these I'm looking at. But yeah, I don't know. And then he's also, you know how he ordered the other three?
He ordered three.
I think it's three. I know he ordered a 22, a 45, and then yeah, he ordered a third one. I think. Well, I know he ordered at least two more.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, because he messaged us about it.
Yeah, yeah. I
Anyway,
remember. I remember he ordered a 22 can. I can't remember if he ordered a 9 or a 45, and then I thought that's all he
yeah,
ordered, but I may be wrong.
he's dealing with that right now too because they didn't. The shop he went to,
Mm-hmm.
whenever he went, the the stamps didn't get added to it. The tax stamps.
Yeah.
So he only paid for the suppressor, and now he can't. He tried to buy tax stamps for him, but something with Silencer Shop or whoever is not letting him just add the tax stamps to that purchase. So he's dealing with all that too.
Why didn't he buy the tax stamp at the same time?
He
Wait,
did. Well, he told him he wanted it. All right. I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but somehow he just paid for the suppressors and not the tax stamps.
interesting. That's weird. I'm
Hey,
surprised they
cut
even
that out.
allow that because you can't. So he just bought a suppressor and he can't even own it.
Yeah, well, it sounds like to me during the transaction they forgot to add the tax stamp to the purchase because he did it at a store. He didn't do it online.
What can you tell what store it was?
It's one of the places that near
I'll
near your parents' house.
I'll blur it out. Is it Fun Guns?
No.
Is it the Gun Republic?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did they fuck that up?
That I don't know that he went back the next day or whenever the ATF or whoever contacted him and said, "Hey, you don't have tax stamps for this." He went back and he was like, "Why don't y'all have tax stamps?" And they said, "You didn't tell us you wanted tax stamps." And he
Why?
was like, "I didn't think I'd have to tell you that."
That's ridiculous, dude. What?
Yeah,
I'm surprised that place out of all places too.
yeah,
But
yeah. So he's dealing with that, but that's another thing too for all you um, out of season things is basically you want to start now preparing for next season. So if you wanting
yeah,
to possibly have a suppressor by next season, um,
you should have
go ahead
ordered
and get
it
started on
during
that.
hunting season.
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't done it yet, do it now, and maybe you'll get it by then. I know times have been relatively a month or two faster here lately, from what I've been hearing from people.
Yep.
Um,
It's time to get another
guy at
one.
work got his in like 5 months.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I got mine in 6
Yeah,
again.
most
I
people
got my
I've
second one.
most people I've been hearing getting theirs in between 5 and 7 months
Mm-hmm.
here lately.
Shoot, I think I'll
I just
next
think,
next time I'm in town, I'll buy one.
yeah, I'm going to eventually sometime this year. I think order a
Hey,
45 and a 22.
hey, How about we do a video on it?
What?
Like the whole suppressor buying process.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you remember that place that we were talking to about doing a podcast with?
Yeah, we could do an
Yeah,
in-house video on
we can
walking your.
see. Yeah, I wonder if they'll let us do that.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. There'd be certain parts you can't show on camera, of course, but
I think you'd show the majority of it. Like obviously, we're not going to show like our personal information because that's stupid.
yeah.
But
Well, there can't be, and I know you can't do. You're not allowed to be helped or instructed on how to fill out paperwork or none of that. It'd just be kind of like a,
oh I think we're
go to
well
go to
versed
your
enough
gun
to
store and.
yeah. Oh, also, I may have. I'll tell you after. Never mind. I may know
But
somebody that
yeah,
can help
so
us
you're
out with some
getting
stuff.
all right,
Yeah, it's in a good way.
but getting into after season stuff, you're getting ready for target shooting. You've got your guns out. You cleaned them. You've looked up YouTube videos, or you know how to do it. You're picking out exactly how you want to clean it. Get it prepared, and you start going to the range. Which, if it's this time of the year here in our area, this all varies according to your area, but we've had pretty shitty weather here lately for outdoor ranges.
Yeah,
Just kind of
everyone's been
just
saying
know
it's
your
cold when it's
times.
60 degrees.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's been terribly cold here. It's just all the rain
And
can make it challenging according
it's
to
been
where your
pretty
outdoor range is at.
yeah, and it's been pretty windy too.
Yeah,
Like
today was really windy.
yeah, that's what my dad was saying.
But finding out all that, and then the new thing too. So the best thing to start doing now, once your season dies down, is figuring out where you want to move stuff. If you want to move your feeders, move your stands, and all that. So while you're target practicing, you could, in a way, technically get some. Say you go out to move your stand or whatever, and some pigs come out. There's some ways to test out your new toys that you have, maybe. But the main thing is that we're kind of talking about is just how to transition into that target shooting phase.
Yeah.
So say someone gets out of deer season and they're not really interested in pig hunting or hog hunting, or maybe they are, but they want something else to do in the meantime. What's the best way to start as far as finding somewhere to go compete,
So
like
there
a small competition?
like small competition. So what
Like
I
they're wanting
figured
to get
out.
into competition shooting.
So what
I'm gonna go
I've
grab a
learned.
drink while you
Okay.
talk.
So what I've learned about with competition shooting is the internet is your best friend because the way that I found like I competed a little bit about like 10 years ago or so. Um, oh shoot, no, probably about 8 years ago. And basically, you just gotta YouTube. YouTube is gonna be your best friend, in my opinion, because you find out what gear you need. You can look at the different kinds of competitions. Like you can do USPSA, IDPA, 3 gun, 2 gun. I think there's a big 3 gun. There's PRS. There's a lot of different shooting competitions, and if you want to stick like in the hunting world, there's PRS. Shoot, what is it? There's like a tac or a hunting competition kind of where you run around in the mountains and you shoot steel targets at like 700 yards and stuff. See if you can make shots. But the best way to get into that kind of stuff is really just hopping on Google and seeing if they have anything near you, because I know a lot of areas don't have competitions. Like it's actually pretty hard to find competitions in Texas like that isn't like a private event or you know like a pro event. Um, Doing air quotes there
Which,
because
speaking of that, I can't remember who it is or what it is, but my dad sent me a thing. One of the big gun competition groups, maybe it's PRS. I don't know. It's coming to Texas though. My dad was talking about going and watching it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So there, do you know where in Texas it is? Because
Oh yeah,
there's
it is PRS. I'm
is
looking
it
at their
yeah.
website right now.
Okay.
College Station is where all the matches are for December. Oh, they're like all year. They're all in College Station for these. I'm looking at. Well, from December. Hold on, wait.
We
Oh,
we
that's
may have
2024.
to we may have to run to College Station and go watch.
Okay, so let's see. Let me go to this. Okay, so we're in January right now. January 20th, it starts in College Station, and then it's pretty much in College Station. They got matches in College Station all year long, all the way till the end of the year.
Hmm.
All through January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, every month they've got PRS matches in College Station. Surely they got more than just College Station, though, right? Or no?
Well, if they're starting out in Texas, if you're not from Texas, College Station is the home of the great Fighting Aggies. Gig 'em, disgusting school.
I just lost some brain cells
What?
listening to you say gig 'em.
Yeah, no. It's
Yeah,
a
and it shows the leaderboards and everything for different classes. There's open classes, tactical classes.
yeah.
So kind
So
of go over this a little bit if you know about it. Do you know what the difference between open, tactical, production, gas gun, rimfire? Well, of course,
so
gas, I'm assuming, is AR platforms
yes.
for the
So
most part.
uh, open uh, in most shooting competitions is you can have whatever you want on the gun. It can weigh whatever you want it to weigh. You can have suppressor. You can have whatever optic you can. Because I think I may be wrong because I don't know too much about the tactical side of it, like of competitions. But with like tactical, I think there's like a weight limit. Like it
Hmm.
has to weigh under a certain amount because if you YouTube like PRS matches, it's these like my Seekins Precision that is a PRS gun with it being that heavy because
Hmm.
you want the gun heavy because you don't have a spotter, you have multiple targets to shoot, so you have to find out where you're hitting, basically spot your own shots. So you want the lightest recoil possible out of a gun. That's so I'm gonna guess tactical is probably a weight limit. What were the other ones?
There's gas.
Oh,
I was looking
I
at the
I,
Pro
I
Series. So
I
the Pro
think
Series is all throughout the country.
yeah.
The one I'm looking at is just the Texas Precision one.
Hmm.
But there's open, tactical, production.
So
What's production?
production
Do you know?
production. I would guess. I'm not 100% sure because so there's like different
Is that like
terminologies.
store bought or is that?
Yeah, I would think it's like a factory gun. Like I'm not saying like like the Ruger combo set. I mean like you buy a Ruger and you buy a scope and then you compete. There may be a
Because then
description
there's
of it on
rimfire
the
open.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Rimfire is
that's what it looks
22
like.
only. Rimfire is
There's
22 only.
rimfire open, and then there's rimfire production.
Yeah. Well, see that's kind of a weird thing though because there's like I would like like the Olympic 22s.
Yeah.
That's technically a production gun.
Hmm.
So, but with like coming from like the pistol side of it, there's open and then there's production. I think it's a little bit easier to describe it coming from like a pistol because like production, you have to have the gun aesthetically
God,
stock. What?
the rimfire production standings right now. So
Hmm.
all the other classes are relatively close on the score, their points so far
Hmm.
this year. But the rimfire production, first place is 500 points, second place is 351, and then boom, it drops off. It goes 190, 185, 178, 166, 131, and then it
Yeah.
drops even more to 90.
Yeah.
and 14, and one dude's got 3 points.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at that.
That must have been like, hopefully that was like a malfunction, or maybe he had something come up
Are,
and he had to
are you
DQ
on
himself.
are you on Precision Rifle Series, or are you on Texas Precision Matches?
Texas Precision Matches.
Okay, it's loading for
When are
me
you
right now.
coming to this part of town
I
again?
will.
You said
I
March,
will.
maybe?
Yeah, uh I have an event I have to go to in March in like the Kyle area,
Hmm.
somewhere down there. I don't know exactly where it is. It's somewhere down there.
Well, I was going to say
Um,
there's 2 matches in March
if there's one
if
on
you're down
Sunday,
here
I'll
around
go.
the.
If there's one on Sunday,
One's
I'll
the
go.
16th and one's the 9th.
On March or in March.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they run gun competitions on Sundays. You said the 16th and the 9th.
Yeah, and the 9th.
Those are actually on Saturdays. Interesting. The pistol competitions I did, they were on Sundays. I think that was just
Yeah.
for a range thing because it was run by the range, and Saturday was probably their busiest day. But um, like from like a pistol competition, production is like a stock gun. Like it has to at least look stock. So like if you're running like a Glock, you can't put in like an aftermarket trigger and a red dot sight and different sights. It has to be stock, right?
Straight irons and everything.
Yep. But there's some things you can do to make your gun, like you can put like a ghost spring in it or whatever they call it to make the trigger a little bit lighter, but you can't change the trigger face. So
Yeah, I'm looking at the rules right now. I'm trying to see if there's anything like class rules.
yeah, I'm surprised there's not, because usually
Safety, penalties, bolt gun, open division. Okay, here we go. Open division. Bolt gun open division rifles will not exceed a caliber of 30 or a velocity of 3,200 feet per second. A match DQ will result any rounds over the speed of 3,200 feet per second. So I'm guessing they chronograph you before the match starts, but surely they're not. They don't have something chronographing as you're shooting each
they,
bullet.
well, have you heard of Lab Radar?
Uh-uh.
So it's like it's a chronograph, but you can like move it around pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I would guess that's the way they do it. Um, I honestly don't know. We'd have to
Oh,
go and check it
I
out.
see the. I just read further into the rule. So match officials. So it's just like the archery competitions I did. They can request at any point during a match that a competitor fire their rifle through chronograph. So basically, like during the archery tournaments, if someone caught wind that you were shooting over the speed limit, they basically can say, "Hey, step aside real quick and shoot through this chronograph."
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So that's all that's all rules it says for bolt gun open division. At least in this right here, I haven't found anything about what you can have on there. So here's bolt gun tactical division. Tactical division rifles are restricted to 308 Winchester and 5.56 or 223 calibers only.
Okay,
So you can either shoot 308 or 223.
okay,
223 has to have a bullet weight cap of 77 grains and a muzzle velocity cannot exceed 3,000. 762 or 308 has to have a bullet cap of 178 grains and a muzzle velocity cannot exceed 2,800. No modified wildcat rounds, such as the 223 Ackley improved, are permitted to shoot in the tactical division. Anyone just using that will be DQ'd. They will shoot the exact same COF as open division. What is that? What's COF?
mm, I don't know.
Hmm. I wish they had something to like.
Course of fire.
Oh, okay. And then production. The PRS production division was created to encourage growth to our shooting community from outside our ranks by allowing shooters the opportunity to compete in PRS events without being disadvantaged due to custom equipment. In order to accomplish this, we have set limits on the original cost of your rifle and the optic. All other equipment that can be mounted to or added to your rifle that does not significantly increase accuracy will be considered accessories and will not be regulated. We want the shooters to be able to buy new equipment or pick up a new item off a prize table and be able to use it without the fear of being disqualified from the production division.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
So here's the rules on
that's
the
cool.
so the price limit shall not exceed 3,000 US dollars as listed on the company's website. The optic, so the rifle can't exceed 3,000. The optic cannot exceed 2,500. So you got a $3,000 limit on the rifle and a $2,500 limit on the scope. That's you can get
That's
pretty good.
expensive.
Yeah, you can
That's
get pretty good stuff for that.
so it's basically you say 3,000 on the gun.
3,000 on the gun, 2,500 on the scope.
Well,
You can go
that's
buy a
$5,500.
Yeah, you can go buy a Seekins Precision and go against someone who bought a Ruger American.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying the Ruger American guy wouldn't be able to beat it, but Seeking Precision is going to be a lot more forgiving.
Yeah.
And it's a lot heavier rifle.
Yeah, like the one that I have is almost built for PRS. Like it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's got a long barrel. Yeah.
So it says too, discontinued rifle models that met the above published price limits before being discontinued will be allowed continued use in the production division. Rifle models purchased that have met the above criteria at the time of purchase but have undergone a subsequent price increase. So basically, if you buy a gun and then 2 months later they increase the price above the limit, you're still good as long as you can prove you bought it for that price at the time.
Yeah. So I wonder if they go with like MSRP because like
or like sales price because you could buy a gun.
Yeah, like I could buy you a gun and then sell it to you for $100, and then is that technically $100? That's kind of a weird rule. I bet they
I think they do MSRP.
I would guess they do MSRP, but that's kind of cool. So, but then
for the purpose of this division, a rifle is defined as publicly available rifle per the original manufacturer's configuration of a complete firearm, which will be comprised of at least but not limited to the following: stock with bottom metal or chassis, a complete action, a barrel, and a trigger mechanism. In order to compete in the PRS production division, the manufacturer of the company's rifle or competitor's rifle must meet the following requirements. Okay, let's see what this says. The manufacturer must be a licensed manufacturer of firearms and ammunition, so they got to have a Type 7 FFL. The manufacturer must produce 50 or more production rifles per year. Discontinued models must have a total production of 250 units. Manufacturers must produce 50 production rifles before being approved as a PRS production rifle. The manufacturer must maintain a website on which the rifle and its specifications are listed. All action and barrels must have the name of the manufacturer engraved, cast, or stamped on the firearm within the ATF regulations.
Interesting.
Optics. The rule on the optics is for the purpose of the production division, an optic is defined as a magnified optical system capable of safely engaging targets at various ranges through the use of internal reticle. This is defining what optic is. So you can use, says here's the accessories rule. So these are considered accessories and will not be regulated or prohibited from being used in the production class. Muzzle brakes, barrel tuners, silencers, barricades, stop blocks, rifle weights, custom paint, rings, red dot sights, bags, pads, bipods, rails, zoom levers, data card holders, bolt knobs, bubble level, grips, hand guards, etc. So I don't know how I feel about that class because from what I'm understanding so far, you could buy, let's say, a stock basic Remington 700 and then modify it into a better PRS gun.
Well, it's not stock at that point.
You could change the chassis. But that's the thing, though, is it says right here those count as accessories. So you could put a new chassis on it and new brake and all kinds of stuff.
But so
Just the
I
internal
think
parts. The trigger and the bolt have to be manufactured
okay. Well,
from the actual company.
it
So it
kind
had
of
to be like a Remington bolt and trigger.
yeah, which kind of makes sense because so with like open, not like from what I've seen in like a couple videos of PRS, they're all custom guns. Every open class is like a custom action, custom barrel, all sorts of stuff. So, but going away from, so there's also like getting away from PRS. There's also I don't. It's like PRS like outdoors.
Hold on. While
I
you
don't.
say what you're saying, I'm gonna let him out so stop barking.
Okay. Uh, so there's
Go.
another one. I don't remember what it's called, um, but think it's. I don't think it's a. I think it's a thing. I don't remember what exactly it's called, but you can basically. It's almost like PRS, but it's for like hunting. So like they'll set up like an elk target at like 800 yards. They'll set up like a deer target at like 50 or something. Um, but it's kind of like the same thing. Like it's I don't know if it's based on speed or like targets hit or first round impacts or what it is, but it's kind of similar. And then getting away from like bolt guns and stuff. Three guns the same way too. Like it has like the same classifications. Like you have open, you have limited. There's a division in three gun. It's like heavy metal, which is like 308 and 45, which is kind of cool. I don't know too many people that do that though. I know a lot more people just do open class because that's what everybody enjoys shooting 5.56 and 9 millimeters
Mm-hmm.
as fast as they can. Um, I don't know of any. I think yeah, there's open, limited, heavy metal. There's two gun, which is rifle pistol, and then there's another one. I think it's There's another competition, which is like a team competition where it's I don't. It's like a sniper ish kind of competition where you have a shooter and a spotter, and then you basically go around shooting targets as like a sniper team. But one person has a bolt gun and then one person has an AR. So it's kind of a cool aspect. And then there's all the pistol competitions in the world. There's a lot of different competitions out there that um, I would recommend doing if you're interested in it. Um, I know my first time shooting competition. I know you can vouch for it on like the archery side. You're always really nervous going into your first one because you're like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be an idiot. I don't want to like do something stupid. Um, my recommendation, because a lot of competitions are based on speed, is just honestly go slow. Because I remember my first pistol competition, I got out of like 45 people, I got like 15th or something like that. But I was going slow. I was making sure my shots were hitting where I wanted them to hit versus, popping two shots really quick and popping two shots really quick. I was actually kind of taking it smooth and controlled. I don't like archery is a little bit different because it's, you're only shooting once. You only get one shot per
Well,
target.
once per target, yeah.
Yeah. Unless you go down to a
Dang.
shootout. What are you looking
I'm
at?
look. I'm looking at the payout on PRS.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, if you shot and there were 40 people in your class, first
Mm-hmm.
place would be $4,250.
Yeah. Yeah. There's and as the sport grows, pots get bigger and all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to get into some of this kind of stuff. Me and my dad talked about it.
Yeah. It
Um,
it's definitely a lot to get into. It's like if you go on the Texas Precision, like their actual website, the one that
mm-hmm.
you're looking on, from the pictures I just saw, um, Let me see if I can pull it back up. I just closed it.
So they have an air gun division,
Yeah, yeah,
which is technically in the rimfire.
yeah, because you can shoot 22 out of a rimfire. But and then other things too that you can do in like the off season, like if you're not really into like competition or you don't enjoy going to the range or something, I enjoy fishing in like the summertime. I know you don't really enjoy fishing that much,
Mm-hmm.
but like bass fishing, that's a lot of fun if you're getting good hits and stuff. So
Yeah, that's getting, especially springtime, I'd say.
yeah, during spawn, like
Mm-hmm.
here in about 2 months, it's going to be golden time. You're going to get some
Okay,
pound
so
bottoms.
I'm still looking on this thing because I'm just so intrigued by it.
Mm-hmm.
Rimfire, you can use 22 long rifle, 22 mag, or 17 HMR.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait! No, never mind. I misread that. 17 HMR, 22 mag, and other rimfire cartridges are not allowed. It has to be 22. Okay, yeah, never mind. I misread that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say most people shoot 22 anyway because it's 22 is a lot more accurate than 22 mag and
And they
17 HMR.
discourage using tube fed 22s
Hmm.
because it's a safety issue.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Which, I mean, if you're trying to compete in this competition, I would rather use a removable mag, anyways.
Yep. Oh, and then I think another thing too, if you don't want to compete, you don't want to fish, but you have like ARs and stuff, you could always do like you could always train if you're like kind of like us, you want to start doing more like tactical shooting, like through barricades and running drills and stuff. You could always do stuff like that too, but you have to find the right place to do it. You can't just do it at any gun range.
That's when you get into your LARPing
Yeah,
stuff. You can start LARPing
yeah,
uh, in a safe manner. I mean, honestly, if you're wanting to do that kind of stuff, say for instance, you want to focus in the off season on home defense or whatever, and you don't want to run around the house with a firearm that shoots your gunpowder projectile, you could get an airsoft gun and use that as just running through the
yeah,
motions.
yeah, and
Well, even a lot of LARPers will go to airsoft competitions
yeah,
just because it's more realistic. Yeah, you're not getting the full recoil, and you know, if you get
like
shot, you're
you're
not
getting
going to
like
die.
the tactical training of it though.
The
That's what's
fundamentals, yeah.
yeah, which everyone's probably seen those videos of like the airsofters getting in fights with each other because they're not calling hits and all that kind of stuff. But from what I've seen, like all like the military simulating events, like everyone's all geared out and everything. Everyone looks like they're having like a fun time. Like there's
I'm not gonna lie, I would really like to go to one.
I do too, but there's nothing around us that uh, is close. Like within like an hour or two drive, everything's like out of state. I don't think
Yeah, there's
like
one in Houston called the Airsoft Palooza.
is it like an actual like milsim event though, or is it
I'm looking right now.
because there's
This one may just be like
like an airsoft arena or something?
so okay, this one. Yeah, that one's not that. This is just kind of like a what do you call it? It's kind of like a shot show for airsoft.
Oh, interesting. Let's see if there's
Illinois. So I'm looking at like there's one called the MIR Tactical Events.
mm-hmm.
Illinois, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Louisiana. Florida.
So there's actually one at
Oh, I like this Kaneki Haunted Factory one.
so there's actually one in Fort uh, Cavazos or Fort Hood. I'm gonna say Fort Hood because that's what it is. In Killeen, an actual airsoft event.
See, now are they running the battery powered ones?
So I don't think it matters. I think you can run battery powered, you can run gas, you can run low cap mags, high cap mags. I think you can run anything.
Well, I know like most of the guys you see, they're running the battery powered gas ones or whatever. You know, like it's the action's battery powered, but it's gas projected,
Yeah. So it's like
like the
super
full auto
fast
ones. You know,
speeding. Yeah,
yeah, it's like
the ones that are like 2,000 RPM or something. So,
yeah, they
yeah.
freaking.
Well,
Oh, there's a place in DFW you can go to.
oh really?
It's an outdoor milsim one. It's in North Lake, Texas, actually.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
You have to use biodegradable airsoft BBs. The only thing is though is like some of these airsoft guns, they're damn near the same price as a rifle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then all the gear on top of it too. Like if you're gonna go all out, you might as well go all out and get like Cry Precision and like all like the tactical gear that actual like operators and stuff use. Um, that because I know like a lot of Milsim guys I've watched quite a few of them like in the past, and dude they get like
Mm.
the legit shit to play airsoft. Like they don't get
I'm looking.
the fake stuff. They get like actual operator equipment.
I'm looking at a legit airsoft minigun.
Yeah,
It's $1,100.
not bad. And people buy it. That's
They
what's
got
scary.
M2 490s, M60s, Russian LMGs, M4 LMGs.
And then
I want
you
to see.
you want to talk about some whack customization, dude. Airsoft. I think it would be pretty difficult because like each company has different specs and everything for their guns. It's like
Mhm.
I wonder how compatible parts are with each other.
Yeah. Oh, here's a gas powered airsoft gun, 239. It's an MP5. And then they got a folding SMG, 1500. God dang. And then they got a Mac 10. Dude, they got some crazy looking. Like some of these rifles, if I seen it from a distance,
They
if I seen
they're
someone walking down the street with it,
yeah they're like true 1-to-1 like a lot of those guns.
yeah, I'm looking at their what they call quote unquote sniper rifles, gas
Mm-hmm.
snipers.
Yeah.
This one, it's called a Tanaka M700. It looks like a Remington 700.
Yeah.
It's I mean, that's crazy. Let's see if I can share it. Look at this thing.
That's like legit. And what's crazy is that's the price of a regular Remington 700.
This one's gas powered. They have gas and spring. Yeah, and this one's got like actual bullets that you put your BB in and it ejects and everything.
That's kind of cool.
Then they got like AR-10 style. They got scars. Holy cow, dude. I just can't justify spending that much on a fake gun.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't call them fake. I'd call them toy gun.
Toy. Yeah. I can't justify something that I can't shoot through a car door if need be. It's cool though.
Dude. Yeah, they're cool. What are some things you like doing in the off season?
Hog hunting and coyote hunting.
Oh yeah. What else? That's it.
I tend to do a lot of hog and coyote hunting in the off season for the most part. But as well as, working on my automobiles and stuff. Like right now we're working on getting the 4Runner. We got a 1990 4Runner, or as my dad calls it, the foreskinner. We're getting that ready. Got the coyote rack mounted on it, getting chairs. Right now it's mainly just getting the motor in time, just tuning it, getting it ready to go out and shoot. We got to get lights set up. He's been driving it to work. He parked his truck and been driving that to work. But yeah, that's all the off season is basically, is just preparing for next year. Every little thing that you wish you would have done for this season, this is the time to start doing it for next season.
Yep.
That's basically what we do in the off season for the most part. I mean, and then a lot of shooting, of course, trying out new equipment, trying out different equipment, moving. Because as you know, I don't do like a lot of I don't do any competition. I don't go to gun ranges for the most part unless you're here.
Yep.
I pretty much go out to my grandpa's if I'm gonna practice. But yeah, I would just say mainly biggest thing for me off season is getting gear ready for next year.
Yeah.
But
I think that's a good spot to end it.
Yeah. Plenty of things, really. Just
enjoy the
whatever
outdoors.
You think you need to do to better prepare. Better prepare yourself. Yeah. You
as we say in every episode, go enjoy the outdoors.
You got your freezers full, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so until next time, stay safe.
Stay active.
And enjoy the outdoors.